I would imagine this comes up a lot. I'm wondering if I write HollyShorts a letter and I tell them, you know, listen, I would love it if you could waive the fee, and I will do this, this, and this to reciprocate for that money. Are you able to then take my film and waive that fee?
Well, my answer to that would be no.
Okay.
Basically, yes. We're not a fan of the fee waiver request. Many festivals maybe probably agree with me. Some festivals maybe don't. Maybe offer a lot of waivers. Now there are some small instances of things like, okay, if I say I do, there really is only instance. If I go to a festival and I see your film and I'm like, I gotta have it. I'm telling you, I want. Like if I'm essentially at your door begging you for your film, then obviously in fairness, I'm telling you to submit it. You know, I should either worst case offer you a discount or, you know, maybe waive the fee, but we don't do that ever. I don't ask for films anymore. We don't ask for films really at all. So it's really about, to me, it's not even just about the financial aspect, it's about the actual fairness of the process. If you feel your film is worthy or good enough for that, well, many others are. So why are we waiving just one fee just because you asked for it and everyone else is paying full price? I mean, what's the difference? Like, why should I offer you this nice gift? Like, for what? Like, what? Just to ask for it is not a good enough reason. And even if there are extenuating situations, or, you know, we hear all types of stuff, whether it's the financial stuff. I know, obviously, especially for student filmmakers, obviously a lot of times money is tight. You're a student, you're in college. I understand that part of it. I get that, but then you have to handpick what festival you're trying to submit to, and all this stuff, and you got to make a plan. You know, and as you got to just make something happen. You can't just say, hey, I want a fee waiver because I'm having some struggles. And we all have struggles in life. We all have things. I was in college and broke. You had to pay for certain things I wanted. You had to pay for it and make it happen. You don't just ask for that because you feel you deserve it. And to me, there is a certain element of offense. It's offensive in some ways to me. I just personally don't like it. I will try to answer as many as I can to answer people to tell them kindly we do not take waivers, and that's it. At times, if there are some circumstances where we like the email, feel like someone's really making a good effort, there's real reason behind something, or whatever, I don't know, or, you know, we can always say, look, there are certain situations where we have discounts with promo partners and things, and look them up, and if you see their promo thing and they send the code out, or, you know, you have a discount there, you get a discount. But that's all we can do. You still have to pay because it's just the principle of it. Everyone's submitting and paying. So if you get accepted, you don't pay, and then they paid their good money and they didn't get in, or they got in. You know, why are you getting the same equal benefit for a submission fee? And also, again, not that it's every dollar counts, but our fees aren't like you're, you know, submitting $500 to submit to a festival. Now, it adds up for a lot of festivals. I get that. But our fee is what our fee is. I don't care what other festivals charge or how many festivals you're submitting to. For us, we're looking at it as you should submit to ours. We feel it's in that caliber, and it's in the range of $35 to $70 or so dollars, range of early to late. If you submit last day, it's obviously higher. If it's submit right now, early bird, it's anywhere from $35 to $40. It's not something you need to go donate blood for. I mean, it's like, you know, it's not, you know, it's just, and then again, I don't want to come across as too flippant or anything. It's just, to me, it is something that it takes the time from my day, or any of our day, or our interns or assistants or anyone, to answer these emails. To, even at all, which some of them sometimes we can't even catch up on, or sometimes we even almost wondering, well, why even bother answering? Like, sometimes, like, do I have to answer you? I don't have to. I mean, you know, but we are at least trying to be kind enough to at least get back to people and say, look, we just don't offer waivers. It's just something that, it's not even a time thing. Like, oh, it's early and later, or depending on how much the fee. It's not something I feel the principle always has been. Why is everyone else paying, and what makes you different that you feel you're more special that you don't have to pay, just based on, you know, either not just struggle, but hey, my film's that good and I just think it shouldn't. And that's also, to touch on that bugs me even more. Like, people like filmmakers should never reference, hey, I played at this festival, that festival, so that means obviously I'm at a certain place, I got in some festivals, but now, here, weigh my fee for this one. Okay, let me ask you this, did you submit to those festivals and pay? Yeah, right? Yes, you did. I'm assuming yes. Okay, so now you're telling me my festival is not worthy of submitting the fee and paying. You got into those festivals, but then you understand, like, the hypocrisy of that. Mm-hmm. That bugs me to no end. Like, okay, you're telling me you played these festivals already, so obviously we assume you paid the submission fee. I highly doubt they gave you waivers. And at times I used to get mad. I would actually say it to people, like, oh, so did you pay this fee? Yeah, no answer. Like, yeah, you paid their fee, so you're telling me now you're not going to pay our submission fee at a moderate rate, to just because you just played there already and now you just don't want to pay our fee. then that obviously, do you not inherently notice how offensive that can be to a festival to say, you're telling me we played them first, we played with them. You know, hey, it's going to be personal. You're telling me you played there and paid there, and you don't want to pay for us. So you're saying, what, you ran out of money and now you don't want to pay. Or you just don't want to pay, period. And just trying to ask for something because you now feel you have a sort of more special thing going because you've been accepted. So it's great. Awesome that the films come to us and we know, hey, they made these festivals. It's great. All good. But again, everyone else is paying, so you know. Now I know there are circumstances of you know, other countries like Iran comes up a lot. They cannot pay fees, or there's sanctions for credit cards and things that we hear about. I don't know the political situation, quite frankly, of how much that is fully accurate or not. I believe it is to be. We still get submissions from Iran at times, and they pay. I don't know how they do it. I don't know what, but they come in and they do. And then those that don't, then we get emails from there every day, probably 5 emails a day, maybe 10, asking free waivers. And I can't open the floodgates there. If I say, yes, no one pays, you guys don't pay, and then so now all these films get to not pay, but everyone else is paying. I've even asked people, like, look, can someone else pay for you? I mean, there's other countries, other people, if someone you know in the States or in LA or whatever, you know, offer a discount, something, but you gotta, it just has to be the principle. If you're just offering all these waivers to people, now we have to spend our time and resources for staff to watch these films. This doesn't work for us. I don't see it as being something that's equitable or fair. I know it's tough with those kind of country sanctions. I think that's a tough situation, but for us, we haven't really figured a way to solve that. You know, at this time, quite frankly, and being honest, you know, I know some other festivals do just completely waive fees for Iran and things like that, like feeling like, okay, they can't pay and that kind of stuff. It's not something we feel like we can do with our resources and our team size and things. It's just not something. Yeah. So we don't. I'm just not a proponent of that. And many times the emails, if it's not with any good effort or any good reason, it is kind of, yeah. Look, people always say, right, like, you get what you ask for. You got to ask, right? Hey, if you don't ask, you don't receive. Like, hey, at least ask. Throw it out there. Why not? Sure. But if you do submit, then fine. But if you don't end up submitting, so you're asking for a waiver, I'm going to say no, and then you don't submit. Now your film never plays, never gets in, and what's the point of all that? I think if you put that time into those emails, like, you can put your time into something else. So that's, you know, yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't go into, you know, I'm not going to go into the local coffee shop and say, you know, yeah, hey, could you just give me this one,
yeah,
you know,
exactly,
latte for free this time? And,
exactly.
You know.
To me, there's nothing different. I don't even see how there is someone, how they can look at it as anything different. I don't. And yeah, that's exactly a good point. It's a good analogy. It's like, you're not going to walk into some store and say, hey, give it to me free just because.
Right.
Whether we have struggle or not, everyone has some struggle. I mean, again, it was in a position of real struggle in college, and you found things the way I did. You know, you do what you got to do to survive and get by and stuff. You don't just like ask for things just because you feel you're in a different place or special than anyone else, or you just don't have to pay just because you don't want to. Like, so those kind of emails, like, I just don't understand. Like, you're just basically telling me you just don't feel like paying, so you're gonna ask. It's really odd to me. If you think about any other business, like if people just all went to Starbucks and they had 10 people a day coming in asking for a free cup of coffee, it's not happening. And imagine if it was, like, you're like, no. And, you know, yeah, it's really a bizarre thing. I guess it's just something that is just part of this business, and it's inherent with it, but it's definitely different and unique to this because, again, like you said, Starbucks isn't getting bombarded with free offers every day for, you know, customers just saying, hey, look, I want this one free this time, you know, or like, it's just, I don't know. Yeah. But it definitely is definitely a pet peeve for many programmers and festivals. I would imagine. I'm speaking for others. Maybe some don't care as much or like it, or I don't know, but obviously most don't like it and are not appreciative of that email and the time spent on that. So definitely, yeah, I'd say just don't.